scored first was huge.
Well, Luke Cheatham starting things off for Cincinnati on the 5-meter platform, and he gets it rolling nicely. Backward 1.5 somersault pike, and he gets a 41.4.
Really clean entry. Solid top.
Gavrilo Blyden now diving. Blyden on the 5-meter platform. And East Carolina fired up.
His teammates loved that one.
Yes, they should. 39.6 for Gavrilo.
You'll see most of these guys going off a 5-meter because they don't have a 10-meter to practice on daily.
Dominic Hafer of SMU. He's doing an arm stand forward, 1 somersault pike.
Well, it was very pretty, and he actually got a slight rip there at the end, but that arm stand's not going to hold the weight that the judges want to see. You got to hold it just a little bit longer.
27.2 for him. Now diving Dylan Porter from Cincinnati. Porter is up top on the 10-meter platform. Inward 2.5 somersault tuck, 2.5.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, baby. Best dive of the whole weekend.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Absolutely gorgeous. 8, 8, 8, 7.5, 7.5. Really nice start, but it was his kick out was absolutely gorgeous.
Game on. East Carolina's Devin Nugent. 5-meter. Oh, great dive.
Very, very nice dive from Devin. Wow. He's very happy with that score. Parker Hardigree, quite a few fans here. You see him give a couple fist bumps, saying thanks. I know you're cheering for me.
Forward 2.5 somersault pike, 2.6 for Parker from 5-meter.
Of all of the platforms, so.
Good start.
I expect a lot out of the SMU men.
All right, 7th diver is our champion from yesterday, Peter Smithson, freshman from SMU from 10-meter.
Wow. The start of that dive was absolutely phenomenal. His approach, the way he jumped up at his takeoff, really got his rotation starting very well, but he comes out just a little bit late. Spots it just slightly over.
Here's Rodrigo Romero out of East Carolina.
Same dive. Man, what a gorgeous start to the dive. But he just, same thing. Spotted the water out too late and very low scores for him. Unfortunately, in this, it's not about how you start, it's about how you enter that water and finish.
Frustrating for the Pirates for sure, and for Romero. Round 2. Luke from Cincinnati. Terrific.
Perfect timing on his kick out. You heard a really nice sound there at the entry. Solid dive.
Admittedly, I think those were lower scores than I was expecting. Gavrilo Blyden from East Carolina. Forward, 2.5 somersault pike.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Very clean entry. Good start. Can point his toes a little bit more. There's a few minor things that he can change. Pointing those toes a little bit better.
46.8. Dominic Hafer now, Florida native, but competing at SMU from St. Pete. Forward 2.5 somersault pike, 2.6 from 5-meter.
Very good. Best dive from 5-meter so far. From him. Very nice.
Quite well done.
I watched him do that several times actually in warm-up. That was the best I've seen from him, so I know he's happy.
Here's your round 1 leader, Dylan Porter, out of Cincinnati from the 10-meter. Forward 2.5 somersault pike, 2.3.
Yep, that's the kind of entry you want. That's a rip. Gorgeous. The time. hence the standing.
48.3 is a great score, and he has a nice mark so far. This is Devin diving.
Wow. Simple, but very beautiful dive by Devin Nugent. He took 4th in this event a year ago. And you see 7.5s. 2 7.5s, 2 7s, a 6.5. Very nice dive from Devin. And here's your reigning bronze medalist, Parker Hardigree.
Back 2.5 somersault tuck.
2.8 degree of difficulty. So this is one of the harder ones we've seen so far.
He's up on 7 meter here.
That's it.
Gorgeous.
Really, really nice start. Kicks out right at the perfect moment. Didn't rip it, but a gorgeous dive. If he rips that, it's going to 8.5s.
Peter from SMU. Inward 3.5 somersault tuck, 3.2 from 10 meter. Oh boy, so close to perfect.
Solid dive for him. He can clean up that entry. He is a phenomenal guy off of 10 meter. I mean, the way that he rotates is exceptional, but he's rotating so well. He's got to kick out a little bit harder. He can clean up that entry. He'll see 7.5s.
Another great replay there from Dustin Gunch, who's been on our replays all weekend long. Working here now for Rodrigo Romero, East Carolina, second dive for him.
See if he can't bounce back after that first one.
Inward 3.5 somersault tuck, 3.2.
Pretty nice. Slightly over, but just slightly.
With a high degree of difficulty, a big help. A couple of great scores.
The dive was nearly perfect. It was the entry that was just slightly over. Again, if he can clean that up, that dive is a 9 dive.
2 rounds complete. Smithson, then Hardigree, then Porter atop the leaderboard. SMU, Cincinnati. From Cincinnati, Luke Cheatham gets us started round 3.
Good dive. Push back just a little bit. Can really push his hips up a little bit higher, but nice dive.
Gavrilo.
Nice start to the dive for him. Exceptional height. Gets into his rotation well, but comes out too late. You see the big splash as a result.
All right now, Dominic from SMU. Backward 1.5 somersault pike, 2.3 off 5 meter. Well done.
He let his hips fall back a little bit on that one. I know he can reach and get a little bit more height in that, but had a very clean entry. Good lines. That push back a little farther than the judges want to see.
Time for an arm stand for Dylan Porter in 3rd place in the competition. Forward 1 somersault pike, 1.8 off 7 meter.
You know, doesn't quite show the control of that arm stand, but is able to rip it. So I'm interested to see. Yep, 7s. And a 7.5. Very nice.
A high degree of difficulty, but did everything else quite well. All right, big dive here for East Carolina's Devin Nugent, sitting on 86.4. Reverse dive pike, 1.7.
Very nice dive from him. He kept his chin in alignment the entire way, body very tight. Really good dive from Devin. His dives have been a low degree of difficulty, but he's excelled at them. We're seeing solid 6.5 and 7s from him today.
Parker Hardigree from SMU up on 7 meter. Reverse 2.5 somersault tuck, 2.9. Gorgeous. He's going to get a good score here. 68.15. 3 8s and a 7.5.
Very, very nice. Not much to critique on that one.
Judges felt the same way. Well, catapults Hardigree up to the top of the leaderboard right now. Will it stay there, though, with Peter Smithson, who entered round 3 in first place from 7 meter, reverse 2.5 somersault tuck, 2.9. Oh my
Whose was better? We're about to find out. I don't know.
I think
honestly.
Peter, but not by much. 4 8s and a 7.5.
Goodness gracious.
69.6.
You were right. Good job. You're getting good at this diving thing.
By half a point. On our way to round 4. 6 rounds in men's platform diving, 5 on the women's side. Conference championship meet record set back in 2014 was 399.65. Find out if it's going to be good enough to beat that tonight. Romero, last dive for him in round 3 is a good one. Big kick, but otherwise good.
Solid, yeah. Solid dive, you're right. Just comes out a little bit late, has that kick at the end.
Romero climbs into 3rd place with that. So Smithson, Hardigree, Romero through 3 rounds in that order, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. And now we move to round 4. Luke from Cincinnati.
Another gorgeous entry. If he only extends just a little bit longer, half second longer before he goes into that twist, it'll improve.
From 5 meter, Gavrilo of ECU, reverse 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.1.
Very good dive from him. Again, jumped out a little bit farther than judges want to see, and his toes. Got to get those toes pointed. Something really simple fix for him. But otherwise, a nice dive.
37.8 is just fine on that degree of difficulty. Reverse 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.1 coming from Dominic, SMU.
Jumped out too far. Stopped his arm swing. If he can just reach, I'll show you right here. Reach all the way up, extend those arms. That'll take that away. He won't fall short.
Now Dylan from Cincinnati in 4th place. He's had a good first couple of dives. Reverse 1.5 somersault tuck, 2.1 here.
Distance away from the platform, very good, but kicked out too early, and you see him comes up short.
Devin from East Carolina on 7 meter. Inward 2.5 somersault tuck, 2.7. East Carolina and Cincinnati fighting for every point they can get. Nicely done.
Another very solid dive. He's been extremely consistent.
Overall with 48.6. Parker Hardigree of SMU right now having a great competition. 175.25 through his first 3 rounds. This is an inward 2.5 somersault tuck, 2.7 from 7 meters. Same dive we just saw.
Yeah, he's in 2nd right now, but I think he's got the most fans here. So he's leading there.
He is a champion at the collegiate level. Just a sophomore.
Really gorgeous start. I actually heard someone in the stand say, ooh, because they thought he was too close, but it was actually perfect. Such a nice rotation. Comes out a little bit late. Gorgeous start.
All right, big dive coming here for Peter of SMU. It's a forward 2.5 somersault, 2 twist pike, 3.3. He's up on 10 meter. Oh my goodness.
Nice dive. Comes out a little bit early of that pike, but gorgeous, gorgeous start. He twists so well. Goes into his pike position really well out of that twist. Just comes out a slight bit early.
62.7. What a score. Rodrigo Romero now. Trying to keep pace on 10 meter. Reverse 2.5 somersault tuck, 2.8.
Very similar to his first dive. Gorgeous start to the dive. Comes out late.
42.0. Romero loses a little bit of ground. The folks don't like the 4.0, but it was truncated. So Smithson, then Hardigree, then Romero, still in that order. But it tightens up a bit between Romero and Porter of Cincinnati. As we go back to it, Luke Cheatham, great dive for the Bearcats.
Gorgeous rip. Gorgeous rip. Really nice entry. Wasn't quite vertical either, and still was able to make it rip.
Gavrilo is on 7 meter. Inward 2.5 somersault tuck, 2.7. He is really key for East Carolina. If he can have a good score in this competition, he could really help the Pirates out.
Again, his entry is not great, not great. You know what I mean? His knees were bent, his toes weren't pointed, but yet he makes it rip. I don't know how he does it. Gorgeous.
51.3, another look.
I gotta believe this. If he makes some small adjustments, this guy's gonna see incredible scores.
All right, now Dominic of SMU, inward 2.5 somersault tuck, 2.7.
Nice job. Keeps his chin up at takeoff.
52.65.
Solid consistency from him.
Important dive now from Dylan of Cincinnati after Gavrilo had the big score. Only 2 Bearcat, but 3 Pirate divers here. Porter a backward 1.5 somersault pike, 2.3.
Holds on to that pike position just a bit too long.
.35. Started to twist a bit at the end as well. Now Devin from East Carolina. He'll do an arm stand forward, 2 somersault pike, 2.4 from 10 meter.
After watching him the last 2 years, I think this is the most consistent I've seen him. Didn't hold the arm stand as long, you know, as you want to see, but he's been really, really solid.
Parker from SMU on 5 meter. Arm stand forward, 1 somersault pike, 1.7.
He's got quite the fan club. I don't know. I think he loves that. He feeds off of it. Really good control on the way up in his arm stand. Simple dive, but done very well.
33.15 for Parker. All right, Peter Smithson. Smithson has almost outscored Hardigree without this dive. Arm stand backward, 2 somersault tuck, 2.6 from 5 meter.
Gorgeous. Man, that is so disappointing after such a solid arm stand. I mean, that is exactly what the judges are looking for out of an arm stand.
That really hurts for Peter and opens the door in a huge way for Rodrigo Romero, who's up on 10 meter now. Freshman from ECU is going to do a forward 2.5 somersault, 1 twist pike, 2.9. An exceptional score could catapult him into first place.
That was it. That was really gorgeous. He needed that.
Not quite in first place, but he's up into second, 9 points back. 62-35 as we start our 6th and final round. It's now Smithson, Romero, Hardigree. Luke Cheatham from Cincinnati. Arm stand forward, 1 somersault pike, 1.8 from 7 meter.
Very good arm stand. Second best arm stand we've seen of the day. Can tighten up a bit on the dive in his entry. Very good.
Gavrilo's got a chance to make this really count in a big way for ECU. Can he follow up his magical 5th dive? Arm stand forward, 2 somersault pike, 2.4 from 10 meter.
Great control. Oh yeah, he knows it. Oh. Wasn't able to quite get the kip that you want off of your shoulders, and so he just falls. Not getting the momentum he needs to start the rotation.
Dominic of SMU, backward 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist, 2.5. Terrific.
Absolutely beautiful. I mean, he jumped straight up, reaches so well before he gets into that twist, and it's real clean.
Dominic closes with his best dive. Well done by the freshman. Massive dive now for Dylan Porter of Cincinnati from 7 meter. A backward 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist, 2.4.
This was my favorite platform dive actually to do. Nails it. Absolutely nails it.
I don't know how you do it better than that.
I couldn't.
55.2. Spectacular. Now Devin of East Carolina, can he answer? Forward 2.5 somersault, 1 twist pike, 2.9.
I like it. I like it for him. I think he had a really solid meet. I don't think it'll be enough to get him maybe maintain on the podium, but he had a great meet. He should be really proud.
58.0. All right, Parker needs a humongous dive if he wants to win a championship. It's not impossible. The deck is stacked against him. Backward, 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist from 5 meter, 2.5.
Good dive. Went over just a bit, but very good dive. Clean.
Rodrigo finishes 309.60. This is Peter Smithson of SMU.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he knows it. That's a big boy dive. That should secure him the lead.
82.5. We've got our first 9 of the weekend.
Gorgeous. That should secure him first place.
Unbelievable. Peter Smithson puts himself, in fact, he is, unless Romero pulls off something with a score of 90. Romero can't finish in first, but he can still get on the podium. Romero, arm stand, back 2 somersault, 1.5 twist, 3.2. Game on for the Pirates. Last dive of the weekend.
I think his kip was a little bit too aggressive as he got into that rotation real fast.
It's good enough for second place. Your champion from SMU, Peter Smithson. Rodrigo Romero, the runner-up, and Parker Hardigree, your bronze medalist here in 2020.
Well, that's big for ECU. Very big.
It certainly is important in that Romero scores them 17 points. The question will be where the rest of the field finished. Still waiting on the final diving results, but it's going to impact the team standings in a huge way once they go official. Cincinnati only had 2 divers. East Carolina had 3. The highest finishing Pirate was in second place. As soon as we have an update for you, promise we will share. But it sets the stage for the final event of the weekend. The women's 400-yard freestyle relay and the men's 400-yard freestyle relay. The Houston ladies have already won the team championship this weekend, but they are going for, if you can believe it, a 17th gold medal here this weekend. Here's some highlights from this incredible stretch of diving. Your champion this year, Peter Smithson.
Absolutely gorgeous diving from Smithson. He's going to walk away with 2 gold medals and a bronze medal from this weekend, and he is just a freshman. I mean, there's so much promise to see from him. Conference meet record could definitely be broken by this guy in the next few years. He really brought it home on that 6th and final dive. You see how happy he is. He knew he secured the first one.
Wouldn't be surprised if he is the conference male diver of the year. Although those announcements won't be made official until a little bit later on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. 3-meter champion, platform champion, bronze on 1 meter. Wow.
Certainly got potential. All right, everybody anxiously awaiting the results to kick in for the team tallies. Remember, they were only separated after the 200-yard butterfly. Cincinnati had a 7-point lead over East Carolina going into diving. Remember, all of the relay scores are worth double. Promise we'll let you know as soon as we find out. In the meantime, back down to the podium presentation for the diving awards ceremony.
2020 American Athletic Conference Platform Diving Champion with a final score
of 3:56.40 from SMU, Peter Smithson.
Peter Smithson, your champion in the men's platform dive, as SMU finishes first, third, and sixth. The Bearcats go 8th and 5th. East Carolina finishes 7th, 4th, and 2nd. We'll give you the updated team scores that have just come through in a moment, but first we go back down poolside to join Stephanie Gonzalez.
All right, congratulations. You're just a freshman, and this is your second gold and third medal of the week. So how are you feeling right now?
I feel just a lot of adrenaline. I knew all 6 dives, just like yesterday, really counted, and I knew some dives I wasn't happy with, but I just stay in it like my coach said and hit all 6 as best as I could.
And how did you feel coming into the platform competition?
I've been training it a lot. Is my biggest focus coming into the competition, so it was definitely one I wanted to be on top of, but I'm just really happy I came up top. So.
How did you feel about the other guys, the competition?
The guys are awesome. They're just really great competitors. It's always fun diving with them. It's really fun. So,
congratulations.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Okay.